All right, this is an incredible story. I found this human footprint, human foot actually, and I also found a human footprint impressed through Triassic rock years ago, 5 years ago actually. And I've been looking at it for years and thinking about it and thinking about it. And I was getting ready. I did a video. This is human footprint. Now this is a human foot and so forth, and this was a month ago. So here I go, I do this one, and then I'm doing this, and I found a goose head from Triassic rock, and this is the more where it's showing the footprint pushed down through Triassic rock, through the gray shale into the red bed and so forth. So I'm going on and on, and I'm getting ready to cut this foot open, and all of a sudden, here it is again, another part of this. And so far, I'm not hearing from anybody about this. And then all of a sudden, here it is another one. I'm getting ready to cut it open. And then, out of the blue, Tish Egerton finds a human foot. And it's identical to my, look, this is just absolutely bizarre. This is what she found. And this is only a week ago she found this. I don't know what to say. And it's identical, same pattern of foot. Here's the foot right here. It's just hard to believe that the coincidence. You see, there's the heel and everything. I don't know if you can see that or not with the light. The fibula broke right off, the same as hers did. This is this is from the other side. Whatever. The bone to that side, and there's the bone right there. That is I was going to cut that open and look at it. And I was getting ready to do an autopsy on it. It's just amazing. Now, the front of this is completely encased. Let me back this up. The front of this, you see how it's encased? You see that round circle in the middle? I don't know if you can see it. There it is. I think you can see that. That round circle was on the end, and the whole thing's encased. And I looked at it, and that's all the tissue of bodily tissue. And I'm thinking, geez, like I had a big boot on or something. But down here, this is actually the tissue of the bottom of his foot. And these are the kind of round circles that invest all of the things in the bottom of your foot and hold it together. That holds the lower tissue to the upper tissue. And she's got one, and look at the one she's got. And she just walked out. She saw one of my videos. Her husband showed her one of my videos. They went out for 20 minutes and found this. And the next day she went out and found the next foot. So she's got both feet now. She's got the hip. She's got all kinds of stuff. And an arrowhead was found there. Nobody's paying attention to this. And she's got the same blocky foot like this. Mine is 3.5 inches thick. And it's only 10 inches long. Hers is 13 inches long, and it's about the same sort of thickness, a little thicker. But hers is the same flat here, but hers is cut through where it eroded through. So my feeling is that at some point we had blocky feet that already had shoes on them. That's all I can tell you. I don't know what to say. This is so bizarre. The things that are falling out of the sky are just like, that's all I can say. I'm blown away. Tish Egerton. This is out in Missouri. 20 minutes on a job. Tish, hats off to you. And tell your husband that I said thank you. Unreal. All right, just by the way, Tish went back the next day and found the other foot. You look, the toes are all coming out of here. Now, I believe that this was all covered and flat like mine. And I'm going to show you, she sent me a bunch of shots. She's doing a fabulous job, she's really getting into this. And that's, people are interested in this. And we'd really like to see somebody take some interest in it. And Tish has expressed an interest in pursuing this. She's very good at this, obviously, and she sees what she can see, and she's found a whole bunch of other things there. I'm very impressed. So maybe somebody would fund her. I don't have the money to do it. She doesn't have the money to do it, but this is quite obviously a very significant anthropological site. There's also been found, I'm just going to show you the rest of the stuff, but also an arrowhead, and who knows what's there. But these are mud fossils, and they're not taken seriously, and they're taken as little bits and pieces and curiosities. Well, this shows that that's absolutely not true. These are remains that are being totally overlooked, and they are extraordinary remains. That's my bottom line. All right, this is the nature of mud fossil bones. This still has the fascia and the, I guess there's a bunch of different sheathings and membranes on these things, but they all stay intact, and a lot of times the cartilage and everything stays intact. That's what a mud fossil does. It transitions in wet conditions, and the bone doesn't look like a real bone. It looks like a rock now, but it's quite obviously not just a regular rock that formed in the ground. All right, you see my foot, you see this, and that pattern right there, that star-looking pattern, they all have that, and they have one here. They have them all over the place, and that, they come down and they grab the skin below, and they hold it like the pads of your feet. And this is mine, and that's hers. Now look at this. Hers are upside down, and this is below the toes. You can see they're fused in here. They're eroding away. This was all one big chunk of a foot that is literally a shoe, and very, very, very thick. This is not your average thickness. And that, I know, there's no question whatsoever, that is the bottom of the guy's foot, and this, as far as I'm concerned, is the top of his foot. I could see it in tissues. She showed me shots with her microscope in between these toes, and there's no question there was flesh in there. So my point is that the skin that was over the top of them is now gone. And from the top, you saw that before. But look at this. It almost looks like they're components. Look. All right, let's take some of this. All right, send him off on his way. I don't know what to say. Very, very, very strange. All right, that's tissue skin under the microscope. And you see down there, there's mine. I'm going to use my microscope, put it on here. I'm going to come up here and see what I got. Now here, hold on. This is the same stuff. It's identical. Now mine is a little less eroded. I have some extremely good spots. See that black? That's bone black. This is over, here's where the bone is. Hold on, let me see if I can get in. That's where the bone is. And this is where the skin is, and the same thing that she showed me on her shell. You see it? You see there? You see up there, there's mine, you see there? And a belt has exactly the same articulations. Look at this. Alright, I've talked about those little round things. You see this here, that round thing with a little center. You see this round thing with a little center. They're all over the place. And these are the things that hold the top skin to the basement skin. And this is the back side of a split leather belt. You see this? This is the same sort of thing we're looking at. Now I'm going to go over from it to the side. I'm going around the side of this belt. And this is the top of the belt. You see it? Now the top is already tanned and stretched and rolled and all that, so there's nothing there. But the other side is what you're going to see on the stuff we have. This is the stuff I have right here, sitting right in front of me, my flat-footed, I call it block foot now. They're going to call these block foot. Mud fossil block foot. And this is down below. This is where the toes are in mine. Here, look. You see down here? I don't know if you see this in the dark. I'm going to put a little light on here. Alright, you see where I'm looking? This is busted off. I broke it open to see what was in there. And it's, I don't know, your toes as far as I know. And if you look at them, here's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go look here and we're going to look here, okay? So you're going to look here first. You see up here? Alright, you see this? That is the look of actual deteriorating flesh. You know, I mean, I've seen it in the mud fossils. And you come down the front of it, that's what it is. Now, as you come up, there's a break here. I'm going to step up over the break. Alright, see the break here? I'm rocking back and forth on top of the break. Down below is the tissue area. Now you come up to the top of the foot, and this is that that same like leathery looking tissue. Now, that's not part of the foot. I mean, that's not part a shoe. That's part of the foot. So that's what it is.